cases, many various kinds of case reports we get, and we have to do the data entry of those cases. After the data entry, the case will go to quality and medical review. After the medical review, the safety narrative of the case will be written, and then the case will either go for periodic reporting or expedited reporting. If your case is a serious case which falls under either 7-day or 15 days criteria, your cases are called as expedited reporting cases. But if your case is a non-serious case, it will go for periodic reporting. And then both these cases will go to safety data analytics, and there either it goes to regulatory agencies through AS2 or the signal detection. So any expedited reporting has to be submitted to the regulatory authority within either 7 days or 15 days timeline. For the drugs and for the devices, the timeline varies. I will tell you that. And for the non-serious cases, which needs to go for the periodic reporting, usually goes for the signal detection afterwards. So this is just a gist of it what we do in the whole pharmacovigilance, or the ICSR, which is individual case safety reporting. This is what we do here. And then coming to the objectives of case processing. Now, the objective of case processing is to ensure that all cases should be reported in timely manner, of course, an accurate manner to health authorities, of course, on time. And also, why do we do pharmacovigilance is to maintain the safety profile of the drug, right? And safe to maintaining the safety profile of the drug, or these words are actually called as the buzzwords. So when, if you are giving an interview and if you use the words like that, like if somebody will ask you what is the whole point of doing pharmacovigilance, you can say that the whole point of doing pharmacovigilance is to maintain the safety profile of the drug, to also submit the drugs on the to maintain the compliance, to submit the your safety reports on time. So these are some of the buzzwords which we use in PV or pharmacovigilance. And then case processing starts with triage, and the data entry starts in Argus or any safety database um, from data entry. Now, after the triage, you do the booking, then the case will go to data entry, quality check, medical review, quality review, and then for the electronic submission. Now, your next module is workflow. On the workflow, there you will be explained in detail how the workflow works. For today, we are going to talk more about the triage, the prioritization of the email, how do we do the booking process, and all that thing. Now, case processing unit. There are two workflow, or the structure and workflow we have in every organization. I can see one hand raised. Please note down your questions and keep your questions ready. For the end of the class, you will have enough time to ask me the questions, and I'm going to answer everything. And there are many ways to handle a case. One is a single case ownership, and another is a multiple case ownership. Now, the case processing unit, or the structure and the workflow, the single case ownership is ownership by individual drug safety specialist who is responsible for completion of cases from start to finish. Making sure that any other personnel involved in the case, medical reviewers, handle the case and return it to the specialist who owns it. What do I mean by this? Uh, in certain organization, it is the single case ownership. It means you have been given the authority to check the global safety inbox. You will find your email. You will check for the validation criteria, basic criteria for the case to be valid. You check for the seriousness, then you book in the case. Now it becomes your responsibility to finish the complete data entry of the case and then move it forward to the quality check, medical review, and all that step. And after the case goes to medical review, the medical reviewer will do their job, and then they are going to send the case back to the case owner. And then it becomes the case owner's responsibility to submit those cases. That is what is called as the single case ownership. But in most of the companies, it is usually the multiple case ownership, which is more preferable. And then coming to the multiple case ownership here, each workflow state will be owned by a different individual. And WFMS workflow manager will oversee the workflow for all the cases, because the workflow manager needs to see if it is a serious